Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. My name is Fifi. Always I bring to us the heart and the mind of God. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You're welcome. I appreciate you watching my videos. Thank you so much for encouraging me to do what I'm doing. I'm so grateful. I don't take I don't take them lightly, and I don't take them for granted. I appreciate. Thank you so much for helping me build this community. Today, I want to talk to us about inner circle. Inner circle in a work setting. Inner circle in in an environment you know that at a point, at a certain stage, you were supposed to launch out on your own. But you are now so comfortable that you don't even want to make a move. I think, for example, there are some people that are working in a place, maybe in an organization, or you're working for somebody that is a motivational speaker. You're one of the cameramen, you're the secretary PA, you are, one of the crew in that particular place. And you've heard the person for over 10, 15 years saying how God made him or her launch out. How she was able, or he was able to step out, to do whatsoever he or she is doing right now after working in a place for like 10, 20, 25 years. He or she decided to step out in faith after speaking to God to do what they are doing. And probably you started with a person and you are there filming the person day in, day out, recording whatsoever the person is saying every day, every time. You now become so comfortable and so relaxed that whatsoever the person is saying, or you are hearing the person every day, supposed to be your own story, supposed to be something that you should try out. Like God is saying, maybe God brought you there so that you can understand that if this person that you're working for can do this, that you too can do the same thing as well. By you knowing that you were there to learn, to be nurtured, to be kind of trained on how someone can be somewhere and after some time step out into the deep where God is calling them. But sometimes such people think that, they are talking to the people out there. They are speaking to the congregation out there. They are speaking to people out there and not talking to them. Or maybe you are working in an office or in an organization. Once in a while, you hear how this company started. Or you happen to bump into a book that you think that you happen to bump into, not knowing that it was the Spirit of God that was leading you. This is how this company started. You were looking at it and you're going through the pictures and everything. How they looked, how they were when they started, when they didn't even know that this company would become this big. The first office they used, the first place they used, the first factory they used, the first place they used for their production. You were just busy, for you it's just like a picture. You're just reading somebody's story, not knowing that God is telling you, hey, this is how they started. You too, you can start like them. You can start. They didn't just start and everything become big as you're looking at it right now. But I'm just making you go through this thing to let you know that if they can start this way, you too can start. But this is for some people that they just read it once in a while when they are bored. They call it being bored. When I'm bored, I don't have any other thing to do, or maybe I didn't bring any book to the office. Let me just read it just to while away time. You don't know that something is in that thing is calling you. Hey, launch out. Hey, step out. Hey, try that thing out. Hey, why don't you write that book? Just as you're reading this one, just assume or perceive it is just like fate, because it's a thought. Just think that one day, this book that has been placed, that's been on me, that one day somebody will sit down and read my book as well. As I'm listening to this person, if I can step out and do this thing that God is placing in my heart, one day someone can sit down like this and listen to me and watch me and grab one or two things as I'm learning from this particular person I'm listening to. Child of God, if you can have that mindset today, like I always say, nothing in God is coincident. We are acting out a script. If you love watching movies, you will know that those people, their normal life is not what they are acting out. They are acting out a script that was handed over to them to act out. This is how God wants us to be. As you're looking at that, reading that book, you are watching a movie. But when you go out to write your own script or your own book, you are acting out that which God has placed in you, that which God has asked you to do. When you're helping that person, it's like you're watching a movie. But when you step out to do that which God has placed in you, that you think that you can do, you are now acting out what God has assigned for you to do. I am not saying it is not good to walk. Of course you can walk. When you're walking, you're learning. If you get to a managerial post, you get to a position that you know how to manage people, so that when you step out there to do your own thing or start your own business or your own company, now you have the understanding and knowledge of how to manage people. There are certain people you will employ. You know people who are complacent. You know nonchalant people. You understand when you look at somebody without telling you, just sitting with the person 5-10 minutes, you understand, this person this is just a waste of time and a waste of space. If you employ these people, that job, if I employ this kind of person, the job I want the person to do is definitely not going to be done the way I want it or the way I expect it to be done. Inner circles are so comfortable for people to just relax and not think about their future. You hear the person every day saying how I worked with this for this person, how I worked in this company for so many years, until God now started telling me how to organize my life, how to start tidying things, how to journal things, how to make vision boards and put them on in before me. And as I'm looking at those things are motivating me, and then those things are the things that gave me the courage to step out and do whatsoever I am doing. And you're busy behind the camera filming the person day in, day out, without you understanding that God is equally talking to you as well, and not those people out there or the world or his or her subscribers. God is equally speaking to you. If the person that you are looking at, you're admiring, can do it, you too can do that. Hey, this is me speaking to you right now. Just see beyond what you're hearing. Understand more than what you're hearing. He's saying you can. He's saying this person overcame her fear. This person overcame his fear. You too can overcome that fear. You can go out there and become. You can go out there and succeed. Whatever you are doing, watching something that will benefit you, looking at something that will make you grow, looking at something that you are educating yourself. When you're educating yourself, it's something that was going to give you not only to hear and just for hearing's sake, but something that after hearing, you'll be able to take action. You hear and you take action. That is how it's supposed to be. Not only hearing, oh, the message I heard today, I just heard this person speak. It was so wonderful. He blesses me. Oh, it's so nice. The person said, whatever the person said was on point. It was on point. So what are you doing with the points that you got from the person? Inner circle is so comfortable and is so dangerous to our destiny, to our life, if we do not do anything about it. This is God telling you to launch out. This is God telling you that the person that you are listening to or that you are filming, that you are doing his or her own makeup, is equally speaking to you and not to only people out there. Hear that today, child of God. Take it. Practice it. Develop yourself. As you're reading books to acquire knowledge, also read books to give you that faith, that nudge, that courage, that whatsoever that you are going to step out to do, if this person's thoughts can be something that I can read, that I can hold on to right now. That means if I can do mine, if I can carry out whatsoever God is placing in my heart to do today, could be starting up that company, starting up that business, opening up that school. Whatsoever I am reading today should give me courage to see and to understand and to know that everything and anything that I step out to do with boldness is possible. All it needs is courage. What is courage? Courage is faith. Faith that you can do it. Courage that if I go out and do this thing, that people will listen to me. As I have read so many things concerning this thing that has been in my heart, I don't know why I keep all of a sudden, for one weird reason, I keep reading a particular book that leads to one thing. I don't know why. I've come to tell you the reason. God wants you to launch out. God wants you to do something about it. Don't wait until everything is in order. Step out now that you are hearing this message, that you are hearing my voice. Probably my voice or my video is maybe the 10th person that is telling you exactly the same thing that you are hearing today. Child of God, I might not be the first person that you're hearing, pertaining stepping out to do what God has placing on your heart to do. But just will I say a confirmation kind of. Let's call it a confirmation. So that you can step out there and do exactly what God is placing in your heart to do. It might be your instinct. It might be your God. It might be whatsoever, the way, anywhere you want to say it. It's just God telling you, my child, because he made you, he fashioned you. Even though some people don't believe in him, he still exists. He still created them. That's the fact. It can't be changed. So I'm telling you today, child of God, step out. You can do it. If the person that you're listening to today did it, you too can do it. All it needs is for you to step out. You've heard so many words. You've heard so many videos. You've prayed. Now God is telling you to step out. You've prayed enough. You've studied enough. Put them into practice. As you go on further, you still have to learn more. But you have to learn, like some people will say, you learn on the job. As you're doing it, you are learning. And as you're learning, you're bringing in more ideas, more things that will change it, will make it better and better each and every day. Do that, child of God. God is calling on you. That person that you are helping or that you have helped for so many years to build up their own. Now you are hearing this word that is telling you it is time for you to launch out. Don't be afraid. Even when the enemy is trying to tell you it can't be done, use that person that you have worked for so many years as an example and a stepping stone. As you heard it today now, is a confirmation. Just step out. Know that you can. It might be scary, but you can as well do it afraid. It is time for you to launch out. Yeah, you've been the person's secretary for over 20 years. You can step out and do whatsoever that you have because you are so close to the person. You can step out and put some of the things that you learn from the person into practice, into where God is taking you, into what God is calling you to do. You can do that today, child of God. Wherever you find yourself in life should be a lecture room for you. Grab things, learn from it, put them into practice, and you see yourself succeeding in everything and anything that you lay your hands to do. Child of God, I hope this message is helpful to you. If it blesses you, please kindly share. Because there is someone out there that needs to hear this as well, so that the person can be blessed. When the person is blessed, the person can have courage and put their faith into action by going out there to do that which God has been calling them to do. Be the evangelist that God has called all of us to be by sharing this message, thereby encouraging this person. Let us do that which God has asked us to do on this earth. When you hear, you learn, you understand, you step out and you put them into practice. And as we're sharing messages that have encouraged us, it might not be only my own message, but every message that you hear that has encouraged you, always share them. Always share them, because as children of God, we are here to carry out the assignment that God has sent us here to do. By us sharing each and every message that blesses us, that will help us build up this kingdom that God has called us in to build. As you do that, child of God, I pray the blessings of God over your life. I pray his favor over your life. I pray that his face will continue to shine upon you. You continue to have his peace, his shalom that surpasses every other understanding. His wholeness, nothing missing, nothing broken. Child of God, and I pray that every prayer request that you present before him shall be answered. Shalom.